Hi, Sue Hidalgo here. I'm going to give you a quick little run through of how I do a Celtic tree reading. I started doing these years ago when I was teaching a class how to do divination, and I worked with a simple altar cloth with a Celtic tree on it, and we'll do some of that today. So, first of all, we want to bless our area that we're working on and say our prayers and set our intention. If I do get runes out of my set of charms, I'm going to look them up in this book of runes by Ralph Bloom, perhaps because it's the first one I ever had, and I find it succinct. Um, and I also have a kitty of a variety of stones and goodies in here that are things that I can pull up, and they will make the fortune telling happen. Now, this I have marked into 12 months in my mind. I also have a tiny one that I use that I actually have marked 1 through 12 on it, and infinity up here. And so these are 12 months of the year. So if you have a psychic party for your friends, I'll probably use this in a group setting because it's small and it fits a group setting. So not only do I have this, which is a life reading, so we start with maybe people live 84 years average, so half of that is 42, and so here's 42 in the tree, and then so on. But I also have another tool that I use, which is a year tree. Get it where I can get the shine off of it. And down here is your genetic ancestors. There are lots and lots of added words on this one that I don't really want to take the time to explain in the short little YouTube run through, but maybe one day you'll contact me for a session of this and we'll go for it. As a matter of fact, this year, in the beginning of January 2020, I offered a year reading, and guess what? Almost everybody had something weird between August and April in 2020. So that gives me great hope because that was before we knew that COVID was what was coming. And I was puzzled. I was going, wow, something's happening for everybody as a group in these months. And I think it'll get better in September. So that was what was forecast in January for a whole bunch of people who wanted a year reading. Wonderful to know that it should have an end to it. So I'm just going to quickly take some, actually, I'll do it out of this box. I have scads and cads of charms because I've written a program called Charms, and it's some of the same charms, only a little bit smaller for some of the smaller reading boards that I have. And I've already shuffled this around like a tombola a couple of times already. And I'm going to reach in here and get a small fistful because this is a short reading and drop them out. So we're going to turn them over so we can look at them and see what this. I must be driven to drink because everything I've been doing for myself lately has this bottle show up. And I'm not a drinker, so I find that interesting that it's something about alcohol. Gosh, there is a Viking in here. I thought it might be a rune, but no, it's this little Viking warrior from the Isle of Lewis chess set biting his sword, ready to go in a big time way. So I'm going to stick my neck out, the giraffe. Giraffes stick their neck out and eat from the highest part of the leaves. And an earring, it is a little fake diamond, CZ. And so I'm going to stick my neck out, look for the highest level, and hear some really good news. It will help me be courageous. This is the red ribbon of courage in the middle of all of this pandemic and the issues around it. Let's turn that one over. That's Captain America symbol. And this is Happy Feet. So together, there's going to be some sort of news that I'll find I have the strength for, in spite of how this may affect. I don't take alcohol as a party symbol for me. I guess because I grew up in an area where there was some alcoholism. So I would say that this is about despair. rather than party. It's also near the wise elephant, which is the symbol for the matriarchal learning. It's near the green fist, which is, you guys will love this. Look at him. It's the guy who turns into the Hulk. So there's some powerful helpers here. The Hulk, the Captain America. There's a strong lion here. There's a symbol for Sagittarius and Aquarius. There's a symbol for Saturn. I think Saturn in my chart has always been my helper, although many people look at Saturn and say, tough time. For me, it's always been a beneficial thing. So, I came up with this one the other day, too. I need space near a flexibility knot. And also near the other reading I did the other day was Pinocchio, the real boy. So I'm thinking that there's going to be something happening for me around needing my space and finding my own inner reality. There's also the Mickey Mouse magician's nephew. You can tell I get charms from just about everywhere, anything that I can find. Well, this reading is mainly to help you have a clue of what you'll be looking at. A real session would take about at least a half an hour, maybe an hour, to talk about all this in depth. And not only would I do that, but I would then take my tarot cards and shuffle them up and put cards down on the chart to read them in an astrological layout as well. And as I said, I'm looking at 12 months, so we divide it in half. This is about July of this year, or we could say 12 months, and we start out with thinking this. This is July down here, and the next 12 months going along. So I am happy to think of it that way, that July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June of next year. So I hope you enjoy these fun ideas I have from my 40 years of training readers and being a professional reader myself. If you'd like to have a party for your friends and a Zoom or some other electronic media, I'm available for that. Just contact me. If you want a private reading, that can be done too. Enjoying spreading some information, and have a blessed day. Thank you.